All right, so next project. Having recently done the 1/72nd scale Eagle, I finally wanted to get cracked in on the Hawk. Now I have both of these. I have this in the 1/72nd and the 148. But I'm going to do this one first since I just got done with the 1/72nd scale of the other. Figured I would go ahead and give this a try. Now I did open this at one point. I thought I had done a box opening, but apparently I didn't. I have a couple of ideas of what I would like to do with this kit, but let's take a look at the kit first. So here's what's inside the box. Now, as is typical with these, you get some nice stuff around the side, and it has an interesting base where it actually will show it in flight, and it's got the same kind of wire that they used for the Klingon. So it actually arcs in, and also the Romulan. So it's actually kind of nice. Also, your back view, right? Some nice pictures of I don't know if they're the studio kits or which these are. If I recall correctly, actually the filmed version actually had the orange beak, and I have to go back and look. I don't know if I'm going to do that with the orange or the white. Again, it's personal preference. So there's our base, right? And the other part in the box, I'm sorry, is you get these pre-production and on-screen version. Okay, so there you go. So you get the look of where all the transfers go, which is kind of nice because there's a whole bunch of them. Wow, it's going to be like putting on transfers for a like a Phantom. So there you go. That's what the kit looks like. Now let's take a look at the parts. These are parts from my Eagle, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So the kit parts are actually really kind of nice. The detail's pretty neat. I'm not a fan of splitting, that kind of stuff where you're splitting a hose. They've gotten so clever with doing the engines like this, where you have them merged together and you don't have a seam down the middle of an engine bell, and then they do that. And it looks like I have a broken frame right here, so I'm going to have to fix that on the tree. And that very likely is broken because I opened this a while ago and apparently I was careless. So you have all these other small detail frame parts, right? And nice clear details there. Like I said, I like the way they're doing the engine bell, where it's you put it together along the seam, and there's a nice feeder ring, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice detail parts. I like this. All right. Here is your upper and bottom. Again, very nice detail. And then here's the insert for your beak. So here's cool. You can actually paint the beak, then drop this insert in so that it'll save you having to mask that. That's kind of cool. Upper frame, engine bells. This is actually the mount for the stand. These frames are looking pretty nice. Nice detail in the back. Yeah. And these are some really fine detail pieces that go. I think these are on the engines. So that's actually really kind of nice. And your transfer sheet, as you can see, it has a lot. So there's a lot of stuff to put on. But I found that when I did the 48 scale Eagle 4, those details actually really did add. So nice. All right, so let's take a look at the instructions. And see how the things are going together. You're going to make two sides of these engines. Make this twice, and then how you orient those is what engine right and left. Again, you have to do that. These are gun pods from the sides, or missile pods, or whatever they are. There's you're putting your top and bottom together. You'd have to drop that in. Don't know if you can paint that in. So I wonder why you did it that way. Yeah. So much for that great idea. thinking it'd be cool, like you could do this, then drop that in paint, but not the way this is done. So yeah, give it a mask. All right, fine. Detail piece around there, right where seams are going to go. So that's kind of nice. That'll also hide some of the seam. There's those. Again, your engine bell. I really like the way those go together. There are your mounts for your engines. Right there, and there. Very nice. And then here's your frameworks that you're going to have to do. That's the part that was broken. There's another mount for another one of those really flimsy engine mounts. There's another one. There's another one. So there's a lot of fine, those little tiny details are to duplicate what this thing has. And then there you go. And there's one more that goes up front. I was wondering why there were 5. No, there were 4. I figured there'd be 4. There's the 5th right there. All right, so that is what's in the box. So what I was thinking about doing is I would like to do a version of this thing landed. That's what these parts are for. So these are the old oleos from, these are the oleos from an Eagle. And I was thinking that I could take 3 of them, drop one here, and then one off of each of the engine pods. Or out here somewhere. I'm trying to figure. I would like to do my 48 scale version of this landed. I could do this thing in flight, but I'd like to do my 48 scale one landed. So my thought here is, could I find a way with the detail that's in here to drop landing gear that would look convincing? So coming out of the front, maybe, or coming out of, like, I could drop here and then maybe 2 pieces coming down there. So maybe at an angle. That's a thought. I got to think about that, but that's what I'm thinking about is if that is something I can figure out how to do, because I would like to make it convincing so that it looks nice while still, keeping the look of the Hawk. Anyway, that's the thought process. That's what I'm thinking about anyway. So that's what's in here. I'm going to go ahead and get cracked into this particular model. Yeah, that'll be the next video. So for now, that's what's in this box. If you're interested in what's in the 72nd scale Hawk model box, there you go. Follow along later for what I get to do when I actually try putting this thing together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, happy modeling.